session on the racetrack, and then we've got our Race Jugs Race of Champions coming up later tonight. Those are the heat races. I believe there's going to be 4 of them. James Rowland and myself, Dan Taylor, on the microphone all weekend long for the 13th annual RaceSaver Nationals. Is this our 3rd together? Or 2nd? 3rd.
3rd or 4th. We've been working together at them since 2019, so those years are starting to pile up. But I think this is either my 3rd or 4th one in the booth. For those of you tuned in on Facebook, if we've got any Husker fans watching our live broadcast from America's home track who are also watching the game, make sure you comment "Go Big Red" in the chat.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, Ryan, what's the legality of getting the Husker game on the big screen in the infield? Not enough. Okay. His response was, how much money do you have? And I said, not enough.
That'd be pretty cool, though.
By the way, I did hear a fan agree with my idea. The Iowa Hawkeye fan would like to have the Husker game on in the infield, but there's TV broadcast privilege or rights and all that kind of stuff. So. All right, James, it's been a busy hour and a half as we've been getting things rolling. John Carney, otherwise known as John Carne Asada, is a part of the Taco Queso Motorsports, out there for another practice session.
Cole Wayman out for another set in the 18W.
Jordan Bowling in the 01 headed into turn number 1.
Also headed towards turn 1 in car number 100. That's Clint Benson.
Owen Carlson just crossing the start-finish line in the white number 07. Owen Carlson out of Somerset, Wisconsin.
He's followed by the 96 machine of Cole Parker out of Freedom, Indiana. What a beautiful sounding town name.
Stu Snyder out of Lincoln. Superman Stu Snyder.
Then we're right back to where we started from with that 18W machine. Once again, a big thank you to everybody tuning in live on social media.
I think the last couple of cars getting pushed off by our E-Steps Wheels push truck team. Dominic White out of Plainview, Nebraska in the 11D. And our last car just doing a little bit of a buzz lap, or a little bit of a buzz in turns 3 and 4 is Braxton Wager out of Colbert, Oklahoma in the 31 BW. And that is a very bright and easy to see car. And those of you, once again, watching on Facebook Live and on YouTube, we appreciate you guys tuning in. All of you in the grandstands, I'm going to need your undivided attention. James and I have got some big news that is going to affect your guys' weekend schedule. So unfortunately, there is a cold front that is sitting down on the state of Nebraska and has dramatically changed our outlook from absolutely gorgeous weather to a high potential chance of rain on Sunday and Monday. Race officials have decided to make the difficult decision that Saturday's portion of the RaceSaver Nationals will be ran on Friday night. Sunday's portion of the RaceSaver Nationals will now be moved to Saturday night, and we will crown our 13th annual RaceSaver Nationals champion on Saturday night. If you have a ticket to Saturday night and Friday night, let's assume tomorrow night, once you get out to the racetrack, we run Friday's portion 1 hour early. Sorry, racing will start at 3 p.m. on Friday afternoon. Once we conclude the original Friday portion of the schedule, the grandstands will be cleared. Everybody will head back out to the parking lot. We will clean the facility a little bit, and we will reset. Everybody that has a Saturday ticket will then scan their tickets to come back in and come back to your seats for Saturday's portion of the RaceSaver Nationals once again, which is going to be ran on Friday night. It is going to be a late night on Friday night, but this was the best opportunity available to us to get all of the racing in, to get the qualifying races in, and to get our schedule completed as best possible. If you have tickets to Saturday night's race and for some reason you're not able to make it to Friday night, refunds will be available. We are working to get that information posted on Facebook of where you can refund your tickets. If you have a ticket to Sunday night's portion, that will be redeemable on Saturday night. If you guys have any questions, we are monitoring the Facebook page as well as the comments on YouTube and on Facebook Live to get you guys any of the information. Race officials are currently working to craft the post on Facebook, but that is the information that we have at this time. Racing on Friday will now include Saturday's portion of the RaceSaver Nationals. That race will start at 3 o'clock.
Correct.
And we will then send out a text message and notify fans when we're ready for the Saturday portion of the RaceSaver Nationals. So if you happen to be sitting at home, you've only got a Saturday night and a Sunday night ticket, you'll get a text message if you're a part of the Eagle text blast saying we are approximately 1 hour away from the Saturday night portion of the RaceSaver Nationals. Come on out to the racetrack and get ready.
All right.
It's kind of a tough deal, but it's just something we had to do. The forecast on Sunday is a very high probability of rain and a lot of rain all day long. So those of you that are watching on Facebook Live and can hear us, those in the grandstands can no longer. If you guys have any questions, we are monitoring the comment section of the Facebook page and also the YouTube page. We will try to answer your questions as best we can. Unfortunately, this is just kind of one of those tough things that Mother Nature has decided to intervene. And Roger, Racine, IMCA officials have consulted and decided this is the best opportunity for us to get the most value out of the fans' dollars, to get the most value out of the drivers, and to have a full portion of our RaceSaver Nationals.
Got to do what we can, preventative maintenance and measures to make sure that we put on the greatest show possible for the fans.
There's going to be some fluff and buffs. I mean, I know drivers are going to probably be tired on Friday night after that original portion of the show. But again, it's better to do it this way than to get to Sunday and hope for the best, and it gets rained out, and then the rain coming on Monday rains us out again. Now we're really in a pickle because we can't race on Tuesday. A lot of the officials, our broadcast partners at Advantage Racing, a lot of the drivers, everybody needs to head to Boone for their big week of racing. So we've got a very tight calendar of being able to get this done, and this was the best solution available.
I agree, man. Like I say, anything that we can do to get the show in for this weekend for the 13th annual IMCA RaceSaver Sprint Car Nationals. Once again, hello to everybody watching at home on IMCA TV, Advantage Racing TV, EagleRaceway.tv, and everybody tuned in on all your social medias. Thank you guys for tuning in here with us tonight. Make sure you come out and hang out with us tomorrow for both the Friday and Saturday portions of the RaceSaver Nationals. Somebody asked me in the comments section about how that will affect support classes. Tomorrow night, for the Friday portion of the program, there will not be a support class. So the first show of the day for Friday. The Saturday portion of the show that will be ran as the second show on Friday night Sport Mods, Hobby Stocks will be your support class for Friday. Saturday night, which would be Sunday's show, is going to have Sport Mods as the support class. So Sport Mods as your support class on Saturday night. I hope that clears it up. It might be clear as mud. Sometimes I suck at talking.
Yeah, we want to thank Dana Swanson for tuning in on Facebook Live, asking the question, can you please repeat the plan and what does that mean for the support classes? Those in the grandstands that weren't able to hear it because of the noise of the engines. So here's it once again, the plan, the modified plan for the 13th annual RaceSaver Nationals. Because of the rain that is anticipated to come on Sunday and Monday, they are taking the Saturday portion of the RaceSaver Nationals, moving it to Friday night after the Friday portion of the RaceSaver Nationals. We will start Friday's original portion early. Originally, we were planning on starting at 6 o'clock. Now we're going to start at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We will then run the Friday portion of the RaceSaver Nationals, take about a 1 hour break. Fans are going to be taken out of the grandstands into the parking lot. Those that have their Saturday portion tickets will then scan the tickets and come back in, and we will run the Saturday portion of the RaceSaver Nationals. Friday's portion of the RaceSaver Nationals, there is no longer a
support class.
Wait, no, I think Roger countered that. It's Sunday's portion. The AIM-1 Iron stock cars on Sunday were canceled.
Yes.
So Friday has a support class. The session after that, the Saturday portion, has a support class, but Sunday, which is now going to be ran on Saturday, does not have a support class.
But the Sport Mods will run on Saturday, Sunday's portion.
Okay. We'll get more clarification. There's a lot of details we're still getting worked out in our heads. I got a couple of questions personally sent to me. Yes, the Sunday portion, since it being canceled, the We'll Smoke You Barbecue cornhole tournament has been canceled for this year, so the Ethan Barrow taking $300 home from the RaceSaver Nationals is no longer a thing. So, once again, Friday, we will run Friday and Saturday's portion of the RaceSaver Nationals. Saturday, we'll run Saturday's portion of the RaceSaver Nationals. Ticket prices are not changing for Saturday, not that I have been told. William Saunders asking that question. What time will gates open up on Friday? Dale asked that question. Dale, Friday portion of the races are going to open up at 3 o'clock. We don't have a solid time for Saturday's portion because we don't know when Friday's going to get done. But Friday racing will start at 3 o'clock. Grandstand gates are going to open up at 2 o'clock. We'll run the Friday portion of the RaceSaver Nationals. Once that is completed, fans will be pulled out of the grandstands, just like if you had a double matinee ticket.
Right.
At a movie theater. You go back out to the lobby, go back out to the campers, out to the parking lot, hang out for a little bit, and then we'll open the gates up for you to come in for Saturday's portion.
Right you are, and you know, this is something that we've experienced before at the RaceSaver Nationals. We've all had to exit the grandstands and come back in to run 2 days shows in one.
We've been pretty lucky since you and I have been up here. It's been absolutely gorgeous weather. We haven't had a lot of issues. I know in the opening years there was issues with rain. And I mean, one year there was a lake down in turns 3 and 4.
Oh, I could tell you some stories.
Well, big thanks to all of you once again tuning in on Facebook Live and on YouTube. We are going to be live for the remainder of the evening. We've got about 15 minutes left in practice for the 13th annual RaceSaver Nationals. A lot of these drivers coming back out for multiple times tonight, kind of shaking their car down and feeling it out. James, I really like the way this racetrack is working in, and I like the fact that Roger hasn't gone out there and tore it up yet. Just to give these drivers an idea of what the track is going to do during heat race action tomorrow night for Friday and Saturday's portion.
I tell you what, man, I'm still so wound up about this weekend and getting ready to rock and roll. And yeah, the track's definitely coming along. A little bit higher over in 1 and 2 than 3 and 4, but these drivers will knock that up before we get into Race Jugs, Racing Champions, heat races coming up later on tonight.
A big thanks to Liana. Yellow out for a car around, middle of turns 1 and 2. That is the 24B of Johnny Booz out of Lakewood, Colorado. Johnny going around the eStepsWheels.com push truck team, going to work on that vehicle. I was starting to say thanks to Leanna Bowling for commenting on the page, saying it's Jaden Bowling, not Jordan. So I'm going to make that correction in my sheet. I appreciate that.
Connor Thomas back out for another hot lap session. Mike Boston also out with this one. IMCA TV cameras currently on the 03. That's Chris Helgett. Chris Helgett in the 03. As it pans out, you can see the paint of the green wing. That's 11C of Cole Cloud. Helgett now looking to the inside of Cloud as we roll through 1 and 2. Cloud around the top side with the advantage off the exit of the corner. Also out there in the 08 machine, that's Chase Colliker in the 08. He's ahead of Jeff Sessom in the 01. In the 2A, it's Alex Salzman headed towards turn 1, that green race car. Actually, I'm going to switch up my technique here real quick. I'm going to go to the IMCA TV camera because I was just preaching to the grandstands. We got everybody watching at home. Camera was just on the 74 of DJ Estes, now headed back to turn 1. That's Connor Thomas in the 16 machine. Good looking 4-car down to the bottom side. Oh, trouble. Chris Helgett going around over at the top side of turn 4. Quick hot lap session for your Valentino's hobby stock. I'd say hobby stocks, but there's only one of them out there. That's the 10A of Adam Davis. Going to rip a couple of practice laps.
Big thanks to Valentino's, the official pizza of Eagle Raceway and the sponsor of our hobby stock division. We've had a great year this year in our IMCA weekly racing action, dominated by the 24R of Dylan Richards, who continues to be on a tear, has been since, I think, going down to Arizona early in the year, kicking off his 2024 IMCA season. Dylan ended up picking up the track championship by a whopping, well, I guess I don't know the exact spread, but going into championship night, it was a 96-point lead.
Yeah, it was definitely a whole bunch.
So he went to Minnesota and raced, skipped championship night here. And I was a little perturbed about it on Saturday night, but then Jim Hensman pointed out to me that he may have been going up there to compete heads up with whoever he's competing in the national championship title with.
Right, you are. Well, right, Jim was.
So I think that that's probably a understandable situation. I would have loved to see him come here and try to tie Jeff Ware's hobby stock win record, but we'll have to wait and see if he can do it next year.
I did see that that the IMCA Doom Scroll had Dylan's interview from I think it was like Arlington Raceway in Arlington, Minnesota. He ran somewhere Friday night too. I think he got runner-up. So Adam Davis currently out getting a hot lap session in your Valentino's IMCA hobby stock.
And again, some of this is very fluid. We are working to get the details figured out with the race officials. So we are doing our best to try to keep up to date with all of the information to get you guys everything you need to know about the schedule change for the 13th annual RaceSaver Nationals. If you guys have any questions, we'd love to field them. Make sure to post them on our Eagle Raceway Facebook page. I would not recommend private messaging James and I. We typically do not pay attention to our phones when we're sitting in the booth because it becomes too much of a distraction.
Every time you say that, my inbox just blows up.
Yeah, maybe that's
I know when that hotline
it.
blink. That can only mean one thing.
That's going to do it for your hobby stock portion of the practice. And looks like we're going to get, this might be a couple of more sessions. I haven't gotten lineups for the Race of Champions heat races yet.
Oh, but you have.
On my race pass?
Yes, sir. A little more complex than our standard evening, so you're going to click on the event, Eagle Raceway. Then you'll roll on down. Then you'll roll on down to lineups, and you just click on that Race of Champions, and then it opens it up into a separate folder. So a little bit different than what we're used to.
What the heck is that thing?
Yeah! They need to get him back out there. I'm telling you, I need to push off a sprint car with that thing before the weekend's over.
You know, I'm about ready to trade in my Tesla. I think I need to push one off, too.
You should. Smart car push truck. I wonder if it'll actually fire it or if they just use it as a true push vehicle.
Looks like we're going to do 5 heat races in your Race of Champions heat races.
Brought to you by Race Jugs. Hey, nice jugs.
And I think this is a practice session, so. No? Couple of more practice sessions for your 13th annual RaceSaver Nationals. James, a couple of cars out there. We've got the 12 of Tyler Drucke, who is a past champion. Also the 88J of Jeremy Hewitt, who is a past champion.
Brody Brown also out for this top lap session.
Brett McGee out of Arlington, Washington in the 66 machine out there. Sorry, I don't think it was Brett. I think I got the wrong car. Lance Christie exiting turn number 2 in the 42L. Yes, Lance is out there. It's like the 3 of Charlie Harmon having more issues. He was having issues earlier tonight. Mike Boston, the number 1 out of Lincoln. Rip at the high side, exit at turn number 2 and down the back stretch. 31 BW, one of the most beautiful looking cars out there so far this year. Braxton Werger out of Culver, Oklahoma. Advantage Racing TV guys taking a look at the 12 of Tyler Drucke. We talked about it. Tyler, your 2023 IMCA National RaceSaver champion. picked up the RaceSaver Nationals title in 2021 and is a 4-time Eagle Raceway track champion.
Another car we might have missed in that hot lap session is Kira Zylstra in the 21Z. That's Kira Zylstra in the 21Z.
And that might be the last session, James. Not seeing anybody lined up in the
66
Midwest
machine coming up to a stop. Sorry for running you over. Coming to a stop over the top side of turn 3.
Last person run me over didn't apologize, just drove off, so I appreciate you at least apologizing.
Well, did insurance at least pay out when you got hit last time?
No.
Oh, wow.
Like I was saying, no cars lined up in the Midwest Racing Performance Valco Racing Wheels staging area. Just a bunch of drivers and crews lined up there, so it looks like Roger is probably going to head out onto the racetrack and do a little bit of fluff and buff, a little bit of farming session on the racetrack. Well, those of you that are watching on Facebook Live and on YouTube, I was pausing for dramatics, Ryan. Just trying to get caught up on all the questions after our big announcement about the schedule change. Friday will now open. Grandstand gates will open up at 2 p.m. There will be no hot laps, and we will start racing at 3 p.m. Then we will run Friday's portion of the show, clear out the grandstands. Everybody that's got a ticket for Saturday will then use your ticket for Saturday and get scanned. If you weren't planning on being here on Friday, you don't have to come and hang out and wait for Saturday's portion to start. We will send you a text message and post on Facebook when we feel like we're approximately an hour away from starting Saturday's portion of the RaceSaver Nationals, so you can come out. Again, we don't know what time that's going to be because it all depends on how quickly we get Friday's portion of the RaceSaver Nationals wrapped up. And boy, James, you want to talk about a recipe for trying to get a night done early? Roger's going to be on that radio.
Man, if I know anything about Eagle Raceway, it's that we're going to do our best to get the show done in a timely manner. So I'd bet we're right at a 3-hour program for 100-plus sprint cars.
So I think that Denise asked, so racing and gates opening up the same time on Friday. Once again, we just talked about that, but I'll cover it once again. No, Friday is now getting moved up. Grandstand gates are opening up at 3 p.m. with racing at, grandstand gates are opening up at 2 p.m. with racing at 3 p.m. Thank you, Denise, for tuning in. Ashley saying, wishing our Timmy Bittner could be there. I think I know what this person is maybe talking about, but I brought up another one. If you've got a ticket for Saturday night, it will only be able to be redeemed on now the Friday night after the Friday night portion of the RaceSaver Nationals.
Correct.
So having a Saturday ticket will not get you into Sunday's portion, which has now been rescheduled for Saturday. You have to have a Sunday ticket also.
Correct.
Right? Okay. Yes, Greg, this is all due to the forecasted rain. That, man, honestly, this is just so frustrating because I pulled up my app this morning, and it said a 10% chance of rain
Amen.
on Sunday and Monday. And I noticed a couple of meteorologists around the area were posting about it, that all of a sudden this cold weather front has stalled over the top of the air of this area and is bringing in all this rain for Sunday and Monday. So, yes, this is all in reaction to the not just chance of rain on Sunday, but the high probability of rain on Sunday and Monday too. Our rain date schedule. Dakota says it's really nice laying in bed under my Eagle Raceway blanket. By the way, Scarlett loves her Eagle Raceway blanket. Those things are incredibly comfortable, and I think we probably ran out of them on the initial couple of buys early in the season. Those were available at the Eagles Nest.
I think you're right, but something that you can buy. This one goes on to Robert Hansen. Yes, you can buy tickets at the gate.
You can also purchase those tickets on the My Race Pass app and at eagleraceway.com. So the tickets are still available, and they are still on their designated day, even though we've changed the schedule. So we are still going to run those portions, and we're still going to have all the races, and we're still going to have all the competition. We're still going to have the heartbreak and the excitement and everything you come to expect from Eagle Raceway and the RaceSaver Nationals. It's just going to be in a compact schedule now. Sean says, so this is how it looks. Friday show on Friday at 3 p.m., no support class. Saturday show on Friday at 6 p.m. Possibly. That 6 p.m., I mean, it could be 6:30, it could be 7, it could be 5:30. I mean, it just depends on when we get done with Friday's portion. But, John, you're pretty close to being spot on there. On our broadcast partners at Advantage TV, going to send it over to some show content.
People always ask us, why do you do it? And honestly, sometimes we ask ourselves the same thing. Why put ourselves through the grind, sweat, long nights, and the setbacks? Why take the hits, carry the weight, and stand in the line of fire when it'd be easier to walk away? The answer is simple, but it's not easy. We do it because we can't imagine not doing it. Because something inside of us comes alive when we're here. When the lights come on, engines fire, that's when everything else falls away and only one thing matters: the team. Most people spend their lives searching for purpose, waiting for it to show up. We don't. We find ours in the work, in the risk, in the moments that demand everything we have, and then we ask for more. That's when we learn what we're made of. That's when we're most alive. It's not about the glory. It's not about the applause. It's not about the recognition. It's about something bigger. It's about stepping into chaos and bringing order. It's about standing in the line of fire and refusing to back down. It's about proving, not just to the world, but to ourselves, that we can. Because this is where the excuses stop. This is where the masks come off. This is where the truth shows itself. And the truth is, we're built for this. To carry the weight, to run towards the danger when others run away, to stand shoulder to shoulder no matter the cost. So why do we do it? Because when the fire roars and the smoke blinds, the seconds feel like forever. That's when we rise. Because in those moments, there is no fear, no doubt, no hesitation. There's only work, the mission, the brotherhood, The unshakable truth that together we are stronger than anything standing against us. And at the end of the day, that's all we want. To know that we showed up, that we gave everything we had. We left nothing behind. Because when the lights go out, the stands grow silent. When the track falls quiet again, we stand tall. We can look at each other in the eye. And we can say, without a doubt in our hearts, we did it together.
Oh, trouble in turn number 4. One car up and over. We go red. Big time flip in turn number 4. In his nickname, rock and roll. Oh, bicycle belly alley into the wall. Up the berm, over. No. Outside by side. Oh, turn number 1. Middle of turns 1 and 2. We got 2 cars in it. Now a third one goes around. There goes the backer off to a good lead. Car around turn 1. Yellow is out. Car up and over.
The Four Corners Fire and Safety Team, you can see them out on the racetrack right now. They're here each and every Saturday night. Just a great group of guys and gals.
That's why we're here. That's why we do it.
So among one of the many competitors that comes out to the RaceSaver Nationals, we have Gene Ackland here. And Gene, what does it take to get ready for such an event like the RaceSaver Nationals?
Well, it's a lot of work. It's the weeks leading up. You don't want to tear some stuff up because that kind of puts you behind. And then once you get to the Nationals, if you don't have a good first night, it makes it really difficult, and it can be a real grind and a lot of work. I haven't missed a Nationals yet. I think there's only a couple of us that have probably raced in every one. But otherwise, it's a good time, a big social event, and you get to meet a lot of people from out of state.
A full weekend here at America's home track. Everybody from all over comes over to the weekend. What kind of competition does that lead up, and what you got to work for?
Oh, it's really tough competition, and a little bit of it is luck and draw and circumstance, which that's every night, but it's kind of amplified during Nationals. You make a mistake and really puts you behind the 8 ball. It makes it tough.
So what do you think is one of the major draws of the RaceSaver Nationals that brings everybody out there?
I think it's just all the cars and from all the different states and all the different people, and being able to race against all those different people and compare.
The atmosphere is second to none here at Eagle Raceway, right?
Yeah, it's always quite the party in the evenings and a lot going on, and have a few beverages and get to know a lot of people from out of state.
So every year there's something to look forward to in RaceSaver Nationals. Is there like a certain thing you have to do every year when you're there?
As far as the racing goes and doing well, it starts out with drawing well. It's always a big benefit. Last year, like I said, I ran every Nationals, and last year I was able to make it in on the first night, which was just huge. And then you don't race till the feature, which saves a lot of stuff and wear and tear and just the grind through the weekend of going through the alphabet soup and trying to build points.
That, and then you can sit back and relax and enjoy the party atmosphere too.
Yeah, it's one night, and then it's just you wait till one race.
Absolutely. Well, RaceSaver National is coming in quickly.
Yes, it is. It'll be here before you know it, and you just hope for good luck.
Absolutely. Gene Ackland, driver of the 14G, hope for a good turnout here at RaceSaver Nationals. Well, the RaceSaver Nationals every year brings out new blood, and last year was Gage's first time out. This year, making a return for a better run at it. Gage Weldon, welcome back to Eagle Raceway.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here, and hopefully we can make the show Saturday night, and yeah.
Absolutely. The RaceSaver Nationals, a show you definitely don't want to miss. You found that out last year. How'd you do last year? What are you looking forward to change up this year?
Friday night, we were running 4 from the feature, and then ended up blowing the motor up, and then next day we borrowed a motor, and we just really couldn't get it running. So hopefully this year we get a good starting spot and lock into the A come Sunday, and yeah.
Absolutely. A big show such as this brings competition from all over. What's it like racing against those heavy hitters?
Racing against them is tough. You just gotta be consistent and make every move count. And these 305s, you gotta be right. You can't really let off the throttle as you lose a lot of ground. So you gotta be consistent.
Now you got a good team back behind you. What's it like working with Cody Ledger Racing?
Yeah, it means the world to me. You know, they texted me 2 weeks ago and asked me if I want to run their car, and I said absolutely. And it's an amazing opportunity, and yeah.
What is a draw you think brings everybody out, fan-wise, crew-wise, racer-wise, to the RaceSaver Nationals?
You know, last year was my first year, and the surrounding, the whole race, it was awesome. So, just coming out here and seeing everybody is awesome, and I'm glad that people keep coming back. And obviously, we can't do it with all the fans, so it's really cool to see them come out.
Definitely a lot of support out here for the local track. And any last thoughts on for what you got to get done for this year's RaceSaver Nationals?
No, it's got to be consistent and get a good heat race. That's all I think.
All right, well, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Gage Weldon getting ready for the RaceSaver Nationals here in 2025.
IMCA RaceSaver Nationals Fantasy Racing is finally here with MRP Fantasy Racing on the My Race Pass app. Select your own drivers and build your very own RaceSaver Nationals race team. Play every night and you can become the RaceSaver Nationals Fantasy Champion. Subscribe to the MRP All Access plan and play along with the action. Search Eagle Raceway on the My Race Pass app to play along. For more information, visit getmrpapp.com. My Race Pass, the ultimate racing resource.
So one of the important steps we have here at the RaceSaver Nationals is pre-tech. And once you find your way through the season, you pack up the car, bring it up here. This is one of the last final steps you take before you take set on the track for the RaceSaver Nationals. And Braxton Weger out of Oklahoma is ready to do that very step. Braxton, welcome to Eagle.
Yeah, thank you. Man, it's first Eagle Nationals for me, and looking forward to it. Track looks really fun. A lot of entries, a lot of cars and all that, but I think we got pretty good equipment and a pretty good shot to at least lock it in the AMA.
Yeah, absolutely. What's going on through the head as you get through this pre-tech? What do they got you doing?
Yeah, man, they have us checking a lot of the motor. We got the muffler off, and we got the valve cover off. We got spark plugs taken out, and all kinds of stuff. And for your motor builder, you don't need to worry about that. Other than that, we're ready for tech, and been waiting for a while, probably about an hour and a half. But other than that, we're ready for it.
Oh yeah, tech is a long ways. They're making sure everybody's legal, right?
Yep.
So your first time here at Eagle Raceway for the RaceSaver Nationals?
Yes, sir.
What are you looking forward to?
Man, I got one goal, and it's locking the main. That's my only goal. Other than that, looking forward to racing. Looks like a really racy track, and looking forward to railing top.
So what have you heard about Eagle?
Man, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't did too much research on it, but heard it's a really fun racetrack, one of the most raciest 305 tracks around, and heard it's a good weekend.
It certainly is. You're in for a treat, that's for sure. So we know it takes more than just the crew and the driver to get the car up and down the road. Who do you got to thank behind you?
Man, I got to thank my mom and dad first. They're the ones who signed the check and all that and get me here. I got to thank Joey Starnes with One Way Performance. He's setting the car up for me and getting it to where the driver only has to do the driver's job. And then just thank God above for keeping us safe.
All right, Braxton Weger set to make his first appearance here at the RaceSaver Nationals. Well, when you make your way to the RaceSaver Nationals, one car will always catch your eye, and that is the white wall car of Nate Weiler. Nate, welcome back to Eagle. You had a long drive, didn't you?
Not really. It takes me about 25 minutes really to get here, so not too bad.
Must be tired.
It can be.
One of our locals for sure out here at Eagle Raceway on a regular basis. What keeps you coming back?
Roger's got really good pay. The racing's really, really hard here, so if you can do decent here, you can probably do about decent about anywhere in the country, so it's definitely a lot of fun.
A lot of great competition here at America's Home Track. RaceSaver Nationals is here once again. You're in pre-tech line. What do you got going through your head at the moment?
As long as it rolls through tech, that's half. Seems about half the battle for a few of these guys, especially from out of town, because a few people do things a little different, and Roger runs the rules here really, really strict, and it's got to be 100% by the book, and that's what makes it fun and even and really hard. So
You got the car all ready to go, hoping for just a nice ease on through the tech line.
it should go through. Heck, this thing's been through tech quite a few times and still got all the stickers on it so far, besides a few of them that they put on the tail tank. So it's been the same car since 2018, and let's keep going.
A big good chassis for you then.
Not too bad. Might be a little wore out by now, but keeps going in circles. So
Well, as long as it's a good, secure chassis for you.
Yep.
So who do you think to put you up and down the road for these shows?
Weiler Racing, Susie Q Designs, K&W Collective, and pretty much my work giving me a paycheck so I can keep doing this. So
Absolutely. Well, it's definitely a party atmosphere in Eagle for the RaceSaver Nationals, especially what you're looking forward to on these multiple days shows.
hopefully everything goes good tomorrow. I can lock in. I've locked in on the Friday night event one time, and then I've locked in on a Saturday event, and I've done it through on Sunday. So it's definitely a lot easier when you do it on Friday, because then Saturday you just kind of hang out and goof off a little bit, and definitely makes your weekend a lot easier.
Well, we definitely wish you the best of luck here at Eagle Racing.
Thank you.
Nate Weiler, ready to go for the RaceSaver Nationals.
Welcome back, race fans, to your live broadcast here from Advantage Racing TV at America's home track, Eagle Raceway, for now for the Race Jugs Race of Champions Heat Races portion of your 13th annual IMCA RaceSaver Sprint Car Nationals.
A lot of questions coming into the Facebook page and being private message to James and I about the announcement we made just prior to practice closing. James, because I'm still kind of Confucius.
Confucius say.
Yeah, walk us through the support classes and what that's going to look like.
So, tomorrow night.
Friday night.
Friday night. First, we're going to run the Friday portion. Those races start at 3 o'clock. The Friday portion will not have a support class. Now, Saturday night's program, which will be ran tomorrow, Friday night.
After the Friday portion.
After the Friday portion, you are correct. We will run hobby stocks as your support class. Now we'll come back on Saturday night, a.k.a. the Sunday portion. Championship night of the RaceSaver Nationals will now be happening on Saturday. That's the most important part of this message, with Sport Mods as your support class.
Your A1 iron stock cars are no longer a part of the RaceSaver Nationals. I got to believe that was probably an effort to make it easier for those drivers to get over to Boone for the Super Nationals.
Right, you are.
All right, James. Let's get some actual competition in the books tonight. It is your Race Jugs Race of Champions heat races. We're going to do 5 of these. The top 4 cars are going to be moving on. How are we lining up?
Well, we're going to line up just like this to the inside of row number 1 out of Papillion, Nebraska. In the 15V, that's Cole Vanderheiden, and to his outside out of Eagle, right down the road. In the 12 machine, it's Tyler Drucke.
Row number 2 to the inside from St. Peters, Minnesota. It's the 30 machine of Matt Johnson. To his outside out of Lincoln, it's the 4X of Jason Danley.
All Texas, row number 3 to the inside from San Antonio in the 1-0. That's Michael Oliver in the 1-0. And to his outside out of Flower Mound, Texas in the 9 machine, that's Kevin Rutherford.
Row number 4 is going to contain a Pennsylvania posse from Seneca, Pennsylvania. It's the 4J of Jacob Jamola. To his outside out of Butler, Pennsylvania, it's the 42L of Lance Christie. And your final starter, your defending RaceSaver Nationals champion from Arvado, Colorado, currently residing in Lincoln, Nebraska, it's the 74B of Jake Bubak.
Going to give these drivers a couple of quick buzz laps here to roll in this freshly farmed racing surface here at Eagle Raceway. The place you ought to be. Make sure you get out here tomorrow night for all of the action. The Friday night portion starts at 3 o'clock. We will send out a text blast when we have roughly 1 hour remaining in tomorrow's program. And then we will empty out the grandstands. We'll bring everybody back in for the Saturday night portion of the RaceSaver Nationals, also happening tomorrow night. That's Friday night, August 29th.
Dylan Reed Knudsen posting a very, very good question. He said, was that the cat that has been kept in the bag? Dylan, that is not the cat that has been let in the bag. That announcement still to come on the Sunday night portion of the RaceSaver Nationals, which is now going to be raced on Saturday night. So, Dylan, that cat is still in the bag.
And it's going to stay there until we're good and ready.
It is getting plenty of water and food, though. So, PETA, do not get upset with us. The cat is being treated very humanely. James, here we go. We've got 10 laps to settle it. 9 cars, top 4 moving on to the Race of Champions. Good start for Choo Choo.
Cole Vanderheiden going to take the field down into turn 1. Everybody hunting for the low side early in this one. I say that, and we go 3 wide racing back in the pack. Battle for the top spot as we head to turn 3. Cole Vanderheiden down low. Tyler Drucke running to the top side. Lap number 1 is going to go to the Cole train. Cole Vanderheiden.
The young gun doing a great job holding off the 4-time Eagle Raceway track champion, but just as I say that, Drucke pulls even with him down the backstretch. Tyler Drucke up around the lip, trying to get that momentum run. He's going to get it at the line. You've got a new race leader, and it's Tyler Drucke.
Drucke beginning to put him some space between himself and Cole Vanderheiden. About 3 car lengths the advantage. Jason Danley now looking to hunt down the 15B. Danley rides in the 3rd spot. Kevin Rutherford rounding out your top 4 cars. Top 4 cars going to move on to Saturday night's Race Jugs, Race of Champions main event. Through 3 and off of 4, Tyler Drucke is going to remain your race leader. Top 4 cars remain unchanged. Your 2nd place runner, Cole Vanderheiden, putting a little bit more distance between himself, and 3rd place running Jason Danley.
Your 4th and final transfer right now is the 9 car of Kevin Rutherford. Matt Johnson in the 30 machine. First car outside looking in. Then Jake Jamola and Jake Bubak. Kind of surprising to see Bubak out there, and as I say that, he's going to start to make his move. Jake always kind of uses this race as a little bit of a test and tune session, figure out what he's got in that 74B machine. Then he comes out on the Sunday night portion of the RaceSaver Nationals, now being ran on Saturday night. It just blisters the field and takes home another championship. Back to the front, out of turn number 4, getting the signal of 2 laps left to go. It is your 2021 RaceSaver Nationals champion, Tyler Drucke, leading the field out of turn number 2.
Back to the Bubak conversation. Yes, he was catfishing down early in this one. Then he decided to go up a couple of lanes, and he's working on a couple of race cars. I believe got around 2, maybe 3. He's currently looking to be the first guy outside looking in as there's 1 lap to go for your heat race number 1 in your Race Jugs Race of Champions as Bubak takes the 5th spot away.
Caution. Car around, high side, turn number 3. And it is the 1-0 of Michael Oliver.
So that's going to change up everything with this one as the field was getting ready to roll past the checkered flag. Going to go back to a green-white checkered start and finish.
And looks like the 30 of Matt Johnson, going to take his spot back in front of the 74B of Jake Bubak. We go back to the last completed lap, and then Bubak took that position away into turn number, or in the middle of turns 1 and 2. Oh man, Bubak's going to give up. He's in a good spot though. Here comes your Advantage TV racing replay. Nope, we missed it.
Yeah, that was a speed shot view of the battle between Bubak and Johnson. We were going to go back and replay that one.
They're showing us back here at the caution.
Oh, we're looking at the spin.
Yeah, Michael Oliver already sideways. Wow. Was that Drucke that just barely got by on the high side? It was. Well, here we go. Field is formed back up. We're going back to green. Good start for the top 2. They're going to break away. Danley and Rutherford. Good move by the 74B of Bubak. He's going to try to take that 5th spot away. White flag is out. Final time, James.
Bubak trying to go for the 2-for-1 sail. Not going to quite pull to the rear bumper of the 9 of Rutherford. As I say that, through turns 1 and 2, high side hustling is the 74B. This is the battle for your 4th and final transfer spot. Kevin Rutherford down to the low side as Drucke picks up the win. Coming back down to the stripe, Jake Bubak is going to take your 4th and final transfer spot. So it's Bubak bringing it home in the 4th position in the 74B. 3rd to the 4X of Jason Danley. 2nd to the 15V of Cole Vanderheiden, and Eagle Raceway makes some noise for the 12 machine, the Duke Tyler Drucke.
He's out of Eagle, Nebraska, and a J&J chassis and a Speedway Motors racing engine, sponsored by Churney Enterprises, American Trailer Company, Drucke Trucking, which, by the way, is currently hiring. And Forbes Motorsports, that is the 12T, the Duke, Tyler Drucke.
I would also like to point out before we roll into heat race number 2, Eagle Raceway, your Nebraska Cornhuskers are currently leading at Arrowhead. Can I get a go big red?
Wow. Wow.
I could hear Dan breathing over all of the fan rejoicing.
Wow. Where was the effort there? I thought this was Husker season.
I know. I thought we lived in Husker Nation or something.
It's all right.
Anyways, moving on to the heat race lineup for heat race number 2 in your Race Jugs Race of Champions qualifying heat races. To the inside of row 1 out of Fort Worth, Texas in the 7M, that's Kevin Ramey. To his outside from Rock Rapids, Iowa in the 23, that's Brandon Bosma.
Row number 2 is going to be the 34 Double D from Circle Pines, Minnesota. That's Brady Donahoe. And to his outside from Vitter, Texas, the 24 of Tyler Harris.
On the inside of row number 3 to the inside, out of Quinlan, Texas in the B2, that's Carson Bolton. To his outside out of Burleson, Texas in the 01J, that's Jeb Sessoms.
Row number 4 from Mayock, North Carolina in the 44V, that's Darren Bolak. To his outside from Madison, South Dakota, the 14N, Nick Barger. And rounding out your field, your 2022 Eagle Raceway track champion. That is the 14X of Joey Danley out of Lincoln, Nebraska.
All right, guys, down here with heat race winner number 1 for the Race Jugs Race of Champions, Tyler Drucke, the Duke. Tyler, you were kind of checked out there and then spin on the last lap right before the checkers, kind of right in front of you. Walk us through all that.
Yeah, I got pretty hairy there. Cole was doing a good job on the bottom. I think the bottom's dominant. I just had to get around him and get down in front of him. I hope here these later heat races they'll wear the bottom out and the top will come back.
Thanks, Tyler.
Thank you very much. The Zeeb Band, Cody Zeeb in the pits with us tonight.
I thought it was the Zebra.
Is it the Zebra?
The Zebra, Cody Zeeb. In the meantime, out on the racetrack, once again, thank you very much for that report. Currently leading him down the back straightaway into turn 3. Now off at turn 4. He's going to click off another one in the 23 machine. That's Brandon Bosma, your race leader. Kevin Ramey in the second spot, working down around the low side. Third to Brady Donahoe. Tyler Harris currently rounding out your top 4 cars as the battle for that second and third spot heats up. At the line, it's going to be the B2 of Carson Bolton working his way to the front of the field.
Carson Bolton, your race leader, followed by Kevin Ramey. Brady Donohue in the 34 Double D, and then it's Tyler Harris. Harris getting a little bit of pressure from Sessoms. Jeb Sessoms reeling in that 24 machine from Vitter, Texas. No challenge for the 23 of Brandon Bosma. He's going to roll out of turn number 4, get the signal from Kate Murray. 4 laps left to go. Kevin Ramey, Brady Donohue, and Tyler Harris. Steady as she goes. Brandon Bosma, 2 laps left to go, James.
Bosma takes the field through turns 1 and 2, about a 9-car length advantage. Back to your second place runner. As Bosma rolls off turn 4, 1/3 of a mile to go to lock it into the Saturday night's portion, Race Jugs Race of Champions.
Checkered flag is out. Brandon Bosma gets the win, followed by Kevin Ramey, Brady Donohue, and Tyler Harris round out your top 4. So once again, picking up the win out of Rock Rapids, Iowa, and a Maxim chassis and a Myers Racing engine, sponsored by Tender Bison, Papik Motors, and Waffles Hybrids. That is the 23 of Brandon Bosma. Heat race number 3 getting pushed out onto the speedway. Here's how they line up. In the 93 machine on the pole, it's Dean Barnes to his outside from St. Peters, Minnesota. It's the 56 of Bill Johnson.
I like how we both didn't want to go for the OXF.
What is that abbreviation? I assume it's British. Oxfordshire.
Oxfordshire.
Okay. Noted. Anyways, James, row number 2.
Everett, Pennsylvania is 5W. That's Colby Weaver to his outside out of Mansville, Texas in the 74E. That's Claude Estes.
Row number 3 from Hartford, South Dakota. It's the 17 of Lee Goes to his outside out of Stewart, Minnesota. It's the 33S, Jeremy Schultz.
Inside row 4 out of Des Moines, Iowa in the 69. Nice. That's Mike Moore to his outside out of Plainview in the 11D. That's Dominic White. And rounding out the field out of Liberal, Kansas, it's Stephen Richardson in the 20C. Let's send it down to Cody Zeeb.
Hey guys, down here with Brandon Bosma, winner of the Race Jugs Race of Champions Heat Race number 2. How was the track out there for you tonight?
Really good. It's pretty bottom dominant right now. I think if it would slick up a little bit, I think it'd be a really, really fun racetrack and really technical. Yeah, all in all, it's a lot of fun to be here. This Tender Bison machine's really rolling right now. We're super happy with it.
There you have it, Brandon Bosma.
Thank you very much, Cody Zeeb. Field getting formed up out on the raceway for their buzz lap session.
By the way, in case you were wondering, Bradbury, Oxfordshire, England to Eagle, Nebraska, United States of America, approximately 5,200-mile trip.
Holy cow. Well, you know what they say. England swings like a pendulum do.
I do believe our longest haul is still the Australian we had a couple of weeks ago, right?
Yeah, I think you're right. All right, field's formed up in turn 3. Get ready to feel the roar off of 4. Coming at you, your Race Jugs Race of Champions Heat Race number 3. Field storms into turn 1. Oh, got one going around. Mike Moore's going to avoid.
And I believe that is the 5W of Colby Weaver.
Right, you are, Dan Taylor.
That is going to be a complete restart. So for the first time tonight, Eagle Raceway, whether it's a beer, if it's a pop, or if it's a water, get them up, get them up, get them up, take a drink. There you go. I knew Karen helped me out on that. Advantage TV Racing replay, James. Dang it, I missed it again. Nope, there we go. Got Weaver.
Yeah, car just looked to have broke loose on him down there on the bottom side. No contact there, just a single car spin. Great evasive action from the rest of the field. Mike Moore, you saw nearly hit the spin cycle right along with him, trying to avoid. Got that car gathered back up. Field form back up, set to go green. Maybe not next time by. We might go one more.
Looks like Weaver able to get it refired and get going again, courtesy of the eStepsWheels.com push truck team. Going green this time by heat race number 3 of 5 for your Race Jugs Race of Champions heat races.
Off turn 4, here we go. Take number 2 for heat race number 3. Back down the front straightaway and into turn 1 we go. Everybody making it through turns 1 and 2, clean and green, as into turn 3. Off turn 4, coming back to lead lap number 1. That'll be the 56 machine. That's Bill Johnson.
Bill Johnson down the back stretch and into turns 3 and 4. He's got a sizable lead coming to 2 laps completed. Like Dean Barnes in second place, Mike Moore in third, and Estes Claude Estes in fourth. He's your fourth and final transfer. But James, we got a battle for the transfer spot.
Yes, sir. Claude Estes III's got a lot of company coming from the 17. Elite Goes Junior. Goes Junior about, and right there he reeled it into about a half a car length. Going to lose a little bit of ground off the exit of turn 4 and down the back straightaway. That advantage increases to about 3 car lengths. Car has a lot of great corner speed, but Claude Estes III holds on to the advantage. Now you look coming down to the bottom side. Goes Junior may have some company coming as well from Steven Richardson in the 20C machine. Richardson now looking down to the low side.
He's got it coming out of turn number 4. Richardson taking the 5th spot. That's the first car outside looking in, so Goes changes up his line, goes high in 1 and 2 and loses a lot of distance. Meanwhile, back to the front, the 56 of Mike Johnson. Bill Johnson continuing to lead with 4 laps left to go, and we are continuing to watch that battle for the lead. That battle for the final transfer spot. Steven Richardson has got a 20C underneath him.
Looking off the high line, he's still got about 4 car lengths to make up to pull alongside the 74E Claude Estes III, and he's going to lose a lot of ground there off the exit of turn 2. That allows Goes Junior to make his way back around the 20C machine. 2 laps to go from head starter Caden Murray as Bill Johnson's nearly back to the next zip code. He's going to roll it off turn 4. White flag flying, 1/3 of a mile to go for Bill Johnson.
He's led them all, and he's done it with ease. Down the back stretch he goes. And into turns 3 and 4 like a champ, and he's a heat race winner in your Race Jugs, Race of Champions heat races. The 56 of Bill Johnson gets it done. Dean Barnes brings it home in second, Mike Moore in third, and Claude Estes the third in the 74E rounds out your top 4 transfers. So one more time, coming in from St. Peters, Minnesota, he's in a Maxim chassis in a Simply Twisted Motorsports race engine, sponsored by Ettinger Auctioneers, Rivers Edge Hospital, Powder Works, Peters Snow and Mowing, Shorty's Tire One, and Shady Ridge Cabinetry. It is the 56 of Bill Johnson getting the win. Moving on to heat race number 4, coming out of Vitter, Texas, in the number 26 machine. That's Jacob Harris inside row number 1 to his outside. Coming out of Papillion, the 100 of Clint Benson.
On the inside of row number 2, the drivers out of South Bend, Nebraska in the 25 machine. That's Top Gun Gunner Pike. And to his outside, out of Lincoln in the 1 machine. That's the boss, Mike Boston.
Row number 3 to the inside, also out of Lincoln, it's the 4U of Dwight Carter. To his outside from Unionville, Indiana, it's the 14S of Ethan Barrow.
On the inside of row number 4, all Lincoln, Nebraska, row 4. To the inside, the 91 JV, that's Adam Golian. And to his outside in the 5 JR, that's Superman Stu Snyder. Rounding out the field from Jetmore, Kansas in the 88J, that's Jeremy Hewish.
Well, we're getting Mike Johnson.
Bill Johnson, the sprint car guy.
We're getting him pushed back for his media obligations. Bill knows all about this. He's been heat race winner in several of the RaceSaver Nationals last couple of years. Looks like he's crawling out of his machine. And we're going to send it down to Cody Zeeb. He's got St. Peters, Minnesota's Bill Johnson, your Heat Race 3 winner for the Race Jugs Race of Champions.
Yeah, guys, down here with Bill Johnson, making the haul all the way from Minnesota, all the way to America's home track here at Eagle Raceway. How's the track feel out there?
Track feels really good. It's battling some engine issues. Got it fired a mag from Trevor Service. Seems to be working good. Track feels good. Car feels good. Hopefully we can keep her all in one piece the rest of the week.
No engine issues in that heat race.
Thank you very much, Cody Z.
You know, the number of times I've heard borrowed a part from Trevor Service, if I had $1 every time, I'm pretty sure I'd be a rich man by now. There's 2 things I've learned about Trevor Service. If you need to borrow a part, he's your man. And don't pick a fight with him.
Oh, the thing that I learned from Trevor Service is don't go for post-race content because he's just going to get you hammered.
Heat race number 4 lined up on the backstretch. It is a doozy, James. We've got former national RaceSaver champions. We've got Eagle Raceway track champions. We've got touring champions. This is a stout heat race. Here we go.
what the Race of Champions is all about. Here we go down into turn 1. Field already 2. Thought for a second there it was going to be a 3-wide battle for the top spot. Now Mike Boston closing in for the runner-up position in the 1 machine, ripping the top side, but lap number 1 is going to go to the 26 machine. Jacob Harris leads the field down. Here comes the boss, ripping the top side.
Top side for the boss. Mike Boston taking over that second spot. Clint Benson in third. Fourth and final transfer is Ethan Barrow in the 14 machine. Barrow's going to slide to the outside. He's trying to get an insurance spot from the 100 to Clint Benson. Barrow's going to dive low, down around turns 1 and 2, gets the run off the corner. Not quite enough horsepower to close in on the 100. We keep an eye on the cars at the front, the transfer spots, but here comes the 5. Superman Stu Snyder, and James, you got a battle for the race lead.
Down the back straightaway we go. Jacob Harris holds the advantage. Boston draws even at the entrance to turn 3. Boston up to the top side. Eagle Raceway, new race leader. It's the boss, Mike Boston. Jacob Harris now back to the second spot. Third to Ethan Barrow. Hanging on to fourth is the 100 of Clint Benson. He's got a couple rough weekly competitors, tough weekly competitors coming at him.
Rough and tough. You weren't wrong either way. Gunnar Pike's going to take over the 5th spot. He's trying to reel in the 100 of Clint Benson. Benson in that 4th and final transfer spot now, and that battle for the race lead is not done yet. Harris continues to work down around low. Boston continues to rip the lip where he is so comfortable around America's home track as a 7-time 360 Sprint Car champion. Stu Snyder and Gunnar Pike, best battle on the racetrack.
Yes, sir, it is. Pike with the advantage off the low side down the back straightaway. Snyder not afraid to rip the lip. Neither is Pike, but Pike liking the low side. At the line, Snyder has the advantage, but that car is still on the outside looking in. Currently, your 4th and final transfer car remains the 100 of Clint Benson as your race leader comes off turn 4 and down the front straightaway. Brings us down to 2 laps to go.
This is going to be a fun one. I'm also keeping an eye on that 91 of Adam Gully, and he has been hot at America's home track the last couple of weeks. Currently sitting in the 7th spot. He's got to pick up 3 spots to get in, and time is running out. White flag, final time. Boston takes the white flag. Then it's Harris, Barrow, Benson, Pike, Snyder, Gullion, and Hewish.
Off turn 4, Eagle Raceway checkered flag flying for the boss, Mike Boston in car number 1. Bringing it home to the 2nd spot, that's the 26 of Jacob Harris. 3rd belongs to the 14S of Ethan Barrow, and rounding out your top 4, locking them into the main event tomorrow night for your Race Jugs Race of Champions. The driver is out of Lincoln, Nebraska. It's an Eagle by Mike Boston with a Speedway Motors racing engine, sponsored by Pure Betting USA, Personal Touch Marketing, and Morris Automotive. In the 1, it's the boss, Mike Boston.
Fifth and final Race Jugs Race of Champions. Here's how they're going to line up as the eStepsWheels.com push truck team is pushing them off. Chad Wilson out of North Richland Hills, Texas will start inside row 1 in the 20 machine. It was outside in the X machine from Hartford, South Dakota. It is Dylan Waxdahl.
To the inside of row number 2, the driver's out of Liberal, Kansas in the 11JJ. That's Taylor Velasquez. And we were just talking about him in the previous heat race out of Olivia, Minnesota in the 24X machine. That's Trevor Service.
Row number 3 to the inside from Stewart, Nebraska. It's the 99 of Mitchell Dvorak to his outside. Out of Lincoln, the 18W. It's Cole Wayman.
On the inside of row 4 out of El Paso, Texas in the J2, that's John Carney II. And to his outside out of Harrisburg, South Dakota in the 2D, that's Dusty Ballinger. Final starter for your final Race Jugs Race of Champions qualifying heat races. Drivers out of Waxahachie, Texas in the 25B, that's Chase Brewer.
And let's send it down to our man in the pits, the Zebra, Cody Zeeb.
Guys, I'm down here with the boss, Mike Bostic. No stranger to victory lane here. Ripping the lip up there at Eagle Raceway. How's the track feel out there?
Yeah, not too bad. So got to thank Brian Sunby, like I say, for letting me sit in his car, and Jimmy, the guy helping. It bust their tails, and it gave me a pretty good car there.
7-time champion, Mike Bostic.
Good job, Cody Z. By the way, if you are looking for NASCAR gambling tips, make sure to tune in on a nearly daily basis to the NASCAR Gambling Podcast on Facebook. Cody and Rob have got some great tips that I didn't take advantage of in my fantasy league. which is the reason why I am on the outside looking in.
I've improved like 24 spots since I started listening to that show this year.
So you're in the top 50 then?
Yeah, finally.
Fifth and final race of Race Jugs, Race to Champions Heat Race. This is going to conclude tonight's activities after this race. There will be a concert in the pits, live music, and I believe the Melon Bar is going to be open until 1 a.m. Live DJ and karaoke at the the Midwest Racing Performance Valco Racing Wheel staging area.
Off turn 4, green flag is going to fly. Final one of the night. Your Race Jug, the Race of Champions Heat Race qualifying events. Down the back straightaway we go. Could be a 3-car dash for the top spot, but off turn number 4.
Wow. Taylor Velasquez broke a little bit loose on the exit of turn number 4. Great job holding on to it, and he's going to lead lap number 1.
Velasquez beginning to stretch that out. As I say that, we got a hard charger down to the bottom in the 20 machine. That's Chad Wilson. Not going to be enough to pull to the rear push bar, but man, the amount of momentum he was able to carry off the bottom side is impressive. Here comes John Carney around the middle. Got one high side hustling. That's the 24 of Trevor Service, working to hunt his way to the front.
Oh, hold on to it. Chad Harris broke loose again on the exit of turn number 4. Now they're going to be 3 wide through turns 1 and 2. Harris breaks loose again. That gives John Carney the second spot. Put the J2 up to the podium. Oh, Harris is going to think about slide job. Thought better of it. Boy, this was the heat race we've been waiting for. Taylor Velasquez.
No.
Oh, 3 cars getting together. Yellow flag is out. Boy, they were trying to do that every single lap.
That's the 20 of Chad Wilson facing the wrong direction.
So it looks like it's going to be Taylor Velasquez, your race leader, followed by John Carney. Looks like
Advantage Racing TV replay coming up here.
Yeah, Chad just got a little hard into the corner, and that car started to slide. Nowhere to go for the 24 of Trevor Service. So the race officials working on getting the field formed up correctly, and here's how they're going to line up on the restart with 6 laps left to go. Taylor Velasquez, your race leader, followed by John Carney. Then it's going to be Trevor Service and Dylan Waxdahl, your top 4, and the 4 cars moving on. The final 4 cars moving on. Cole Wayman, Chase Brewer, Mitchell Dvorak, Dusty Ballinger, and Chad Wilson, your final car. Looks like he's able to rejoin after that contact. Maybe a little bit of nose wing damage. Not too bad, though. James, we're going to get formed up single file, and we'll do 6 big laps to settle our final race of the night.
Single file fence post formation through 3. Here comes the roar off of 4. We're back to it. Your final Race Judge Racing Champions qualifying heat race underway. John Carney wasting no time trying to hunt the front. Taylor Velasquez hangs on to the advantage. Carney going to have to change up lines here through 3 and 4. Can the bottom side do it? Coming back down to the stripe. New race leader is John Carney the second.
That is one hot taco. He's making his way to the front of the field. Taylor Velasquez back to second. And you've got Trevor Service in third. Trouble for the exit. Waxdahl, he's off the pace. Dives to the inside. His race of champions is over with. So John Carney, Taylor Velasquez, Trevor Service, and now Cole Wayman, your 4th and final transfer.
Good battle shaping up here outside the transfer positions as well. That is the 99 of Mitchell Dvorak doing battle with the 25B of Chase Brewer. Brewer with the advantage, but now we go back to the front of the field. John Carney in a race of his own over your second place runner, ripping the same line around. That's Taylor Velasquez in the second spot. Cole Wayman is third. And rounding out, Cole Wayman is 4th, my correction, as we've got off turn number 4. John Carney's going to bring us down 1/3 of a mile to go in your final heat race of the night.
John Carney absolutely ripping. Started 7th, and he's going to finish in Stumpy Custom Creations winner's circle for heat race number 5. Trevor Service will make his way up into second. Caleb Velasquez in third, and Cole Wayman will be your fourth and final transfer. What a great race to close out the night.
Eagle Raceway, make some noise for the driver out of Amarillo, Texas. It's a XXX chassis with a Myers Racing engine, sponsored by Taco Casa and Mesilla Valley Transportation. Make some noise for the J2, John Carney II.
John's going to head across the scales and talk to our man, Cody Zeeb. Once again, we're going to wrap up tonight's activities. You're welcome to hang around. It's absolutely a gorgeous night. I think I hear that melon bar calling my name.
I think you're right.
I might need to go get me one, if not two, maybe three.
For Dale.
DJ and karaoke will be kicking off here momentarily. The melon bar is going to be open up until 1 a.m. Tomorrow morning, we're going to open things up, and if you're staying at the racetrack, we'll have breakfast from 9:30 to 11. Also, our friends at Mammoth Station have set up an area over in the front gate for you to fill up your gas cans for your generators.
I love it.
On your campers. Such a great deal there, so that'll be happening tomorrow morning. In the meantime, let's send it down to Cody Zeeb. He's got our fifth and final winner for the night, John Carney in the J2.
They always say save the best for last, and we certainly got it with that heat race. 7th to 1st. Talk us through that run.
Yeah, this motor absolutely rips. Guys at Taco Casa gave me a great car. Mesilla Valley Transportation, they sponsor us. It's a group effort. The guys in the pits, Aaron, my dad, they really do all the hard work. I get the easy job, just to hop in the car and try to keep them doing something stupid. So
He did so tonight with some great racing. Shout out to John Carney for picking up the Race Jugs Race of Champions heat race number 5 win.
Thank you very much, Cody. So once again, those in the grandstands, we'll go through the details for the race weekend as they have been updated due to the forecasted precipitation on Sunday and Monday. There, we finally got a Go Big Red.
I appreciate you. Go Big Red.
So once again, it is, by the way, so close to a touchdown for the Huskers. So we're expecting rain to ruin our weekend on Sunday and Monday. They have moved the Sunday portion of the RaceSaver Nationals to Saturday. They've moved the Saturday portion of the RaceSaver Nationals to after the Friday portion on Friday. So, James, what time are gates going to open up tomorrow?
Grandstand gates open at 2 o'clock.
Are we doing hot laps?
No.
What time are we going to be racing?
3 o'clock.
And what time are we going to start the Saturday portion of the RaceSaver Nationals?
We don't know.
It'll be approximately an hour after we finish the Saturday night portion. You're absolutely correct, my friend.
Absolutely, I try to be.
So if you have tickets to Saturday only, hang out in the parking lot, and we will let you know via text and Facebook posts when we're ready to let the crowd in. Let me back up a little bit. Those of you that are here on Friday for the Friday portion, after the races conclude, we're going to move everybody out of the grandstands. We're going to reset everything. We're going to scan your tickets, and you're going to come right back in again. Those of you that only have Saturday tickets, you're going to come in the grandstands. You're going to take your seats, and we're going to watch another great night of racing on Friday night. It is going to be an action-packed night.
You're damn right it is, Dan Taylor. And I'll tell you this much. If you've never hung out in our parking lot before, it is a fantastic time.
Absolutely. And then we're going to come back on Saturday, and we're going to run Sunday's portion of the RaceSaver Nationals.
Championship night, baby.
I did the announcer's curse, and I talked about where the tickets would be available, and, of course, that information changed.
That's right. So you can get tickets at the gate.
Only at the gate.
You heard it here first.
Online ticket sales have ended to not make things complicated. If you need a refund, let's say you were planning on being here on Saturday, but you can't make it on Friday. You need a refund for your tickets. We get it. We understand. We are currently organizing that effort. You will get a refund, and it will start tomorrow. Pay attention to our Facebook page for more information. Ticket prices and broadcast information has not changed. You're still getting a full night of racing. You're now just getting 2 full nights of racing on Friday night. You're still going to watch all of the races via the Advantage Racing TV guys at EagleRaceway.tv, so there's no refund or no discount. Still the same number of races.
Yep.
We're still going to get all the racing in.
Still more cars than the horse track.
Exactly. It's all going to happen on Friday and Saturday now. If you guys have any questions, don't message James and I privately. We're headed to the pits to the Melon Bar. My phone is going to be on silent. I'm done dealing with social media for the time being. You're more than welcome to message the Raceway Facebook page, and they will try to answer your questions as soon as possible. We get it all confused?
I think so. Remember, if you drink, don't drive, do the Eagle Melon Crawl.
That's going to do it for us for Thursday night's portion of the RaceSaver Nationals. Ladies and gentlemen, be safe. Have a great night. For Cody Zeeb in the pits, Kevin on the ones and twos, I'm James. That's Dan. I'm done for tonight. Good night.
I guess you are. Good night, everybody. Bye, Mom.